What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's been a crazy couple of days for cryptocurrency, news-wise. One of the most interesting articles that has come out has been about the shutdown of LocalBitcoins, which is it was the peer-to-peer way to buy and sell Bitcoin and a few other cryptocurrencies. I saw this article today, actually, come up on Cointelegraph, and as well, there is another article on Kitco, which goes into a little bit more about it. I'm going to read through the article and kind of give you guys my thoughts on this. The article is titled, End of an Era, LocalBitcoins to Discontinue its Service by February. It's the end of an era for the crypto community as LocalBitcoins, one of the oldest peer-to-peer Bitcoin exchanges in the world, has announced that it will be closing up shop by the end of February. LocalBitcoins, like I said, was a way to meet up with people and buy and sell Bitcoin from peer-to-peer. This is what Satoshi originally had imagined. After more than 10 years of facilitating peer-to-peer crypto transactions, as Bitcoin architect Satoshi Nakamoto had envisioned, the crypto collapse that began in early 2022 proved to be too much for the platform. So they've been really hit by this, the crypto winter. Regardless of our efforts to overcome challenges during the ongoing, very cold crypto winter, we have regretfully concluded that LocalBitcoins can no longer provide its Bitcoin trading services. So I guess they had an actual trading service as well. I never used that. I only ever used LocalBitcoins to just meet up and either sell Bitcoin because I want to take profits, or buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, actually, because they do facilitate some other ones if I want to put some cash back into the market. The Helsinki-based platform used to be quite popular among the crypto crowd, but it had seen its engagement wane as more centralized and decentralized exchanges have come offering online access to more than just Bitcoin. And so Helsinki is in Finland, in case you weren't aware of that. But I guess they've been kind of outpaced by the centralized exchange world and the DeFi world. It's still hard to buy cryptocurrency in a decentralized way, which is why I liked peer-to-peer transactions. I think that's the best way to do it. You're keeping your anonymity. You're not having to sign up to any kind of website. As far as I know, you can't just buy cryptocurrency on Uniswap with cash. You have to use a credit card to get into the market, or a bank card. And so that information is being tracked. The platform specializes in peer-to-peer escrow services for users looking to buy or sell Bitcoin via traditional bank transfers and cash deals across multiple currencies around the globe. In the early days of crypto, LocalBitcoins played a key role in helping drive liquidity for BTC. And that's something I definitely know personally. Like I said, I bought my first Bitcoin using LocalBitcoins. So it's crazy to see this. In May 2021, the exchange expanded its services by adding Tether, Polkadot, Cardano, BitcoinCash, USDC, Chainlink, and Dogecoin as payment methods. But this did little to improve the amount of revenue the platform was able to generate. Data provided by CoinDance shows that over the past 4 months, the exchange has averaged between 5 million and 7 million in weekly trading volume, which was substantially lower than the 100 million in weekly volume, which was recorded back in 2017. So they really peaked during not the bull market we just had, but the previous one to that, way back during the ICO craze. According to the timeline provided in the announcement, the platform has suspended new signups as of today, and the suspension of trading on LocalBitcoins will take place on February 16th. The ability to use LocalBitcoins wallet, this is for their escrow services, for anything besides withdrawing funds will also be suspended on February 16th. Crazy. Current customers now have 12 months to withdraw their funds, but the exchange has encouraged them to do it sooner. After February 17th, users will only be able to log in and withdraw their Bitcoins, the announcement said. The trading and wallet services will no longer be available on this point. The exchange thanked its users for choosing LocalBitcoins for the past 10 years and apologized for any inconvenience it might cause. Closing it. Down further here, it says LocalBitcoins is far from the only crypto firm that has struggled to stay in business following the horror show that was 2022. Aside from the highly publicized bankruptcies of FTX, Genesis, Celsius, BlockFi, Voyager Digital, Three Arrows Capital, and Core Scientific, Several other large exchanges, including Coinbase, Kraken, Bybit, Wabi, Blockchain.com, Crypto.com, and Luno, have announced massive layoffs and cost-cutting measures. And we covered a little bit of that actually about a week ago. A recent CoinGecko study found that crypto layoffs rose 8 to 13 times above average in the months after fallouts in 2022 and 2023. June was the worst month of 2022 as the demise of Terra Luna and the contagion that it caused, resulting in a spike of layoffs to 3,003, which exceeded the average monthly rate by 13 times. Wow. Matters have only gotten worse in the new year, as the number of crypto employees laid off in 2023 alone represents 41% of the industry's entire 2022 layoffs. That's a massive amount. There was also a Cointelegraph article covering this. It says basically the same thing, just a bit more compressed, but it also does give some volume data that you can kind of look at. And if you see here, you see huge amounts of volume back in the early days, and then there was that secondary kind of Bitcoin bull run, but there wasn't really much volume, and it has really died off kind of since then. And, I didn't, like I said, I never used any of their trading services that they offered. I'm an old school kind of person when it comes to this cryptocurrency business. I like to do it peer-to-peer. I prefer that. That is originally what this is supposed to be for. It's supposed to help you get away from the banks. You got your wallet and you have peer-to-peer transactions. I guess some people are maybe just uncomfortable meeting up with people, but I've never had a problem. I've done dozens of transactions with people on LocalBitcoins, and I've never had an issue ever. It was always a great experience. You meet some cool people, actually, and you build some pretty cool connections as well. And I'm sure that people like myself and other people I deal with, we're going to continue to use each other, use the connections that we've built to stay anonymous, get in and out of the markets. I know some guys that deal in pretty large amounts, so I'm not going to probably be affected by this too much, but this is a giant wall now for new people that want to get into the market and they want to do it in a decentralized way. Because again, it's very hard to buy cryptocurrency and not have it tracked and traced. If you're using a credit card, if you're using a bank card, everything is going to be tracked. Everything is going to be traced. They're going to know exactly where you bought it. They're going to know how much you have. They're going to know when you bought it. And if you're not reporting it, then the tax man is definitely going to come after you. So that's something to just keep in mind. I think that this is going to have an effect on DeFi a little bit as well, because, in this Cointelegraph article, they say here that, the LocalBitcoins announced this suspension just soon after the United States Financial Crimes Enforcement Network mentioned the platform among the biggest Bitcoin senders to the Russia-linked exchange Bitslato, which also just went down. The U.S. authorities launched a major enforcement against Bitslato, according to the firm, accusing the firm of money laundering and allegedly facilitating circumvention of the sanctions against Russia. So they're saying that, this was helping to fund Russia in any kind of way, going around the sanctions that the EU, the NATO, United States has put against Russia for the war going on in Ukraine. So this is just another way to kind of use the current geopolitical crisis to enforce new kinds of censorship. Now, they didn't come out and say that they're going to do anything to LocalBitcoins, but you can kind of see here that this is a bit of a veiled threat. Just mentioning them, especially in a time like right now when everyone's been affected by the scams that have been going on in the centralized world when it comes to cryptocurrency, that this would just put more pressure on the firm and ultimately lead to more and more layoffs. And so perhaps they're trying to kind of kill two birds with one stone. But at the end of the day, I think this is a great loss for the cryptocurrency community in general. I can't see this really being good for us. So hopefully something else pops up. That's usually the nature of these kinds of things. When something goes down, there's like a vacuum, and then there's an opportunity for something else to kind of take its place. And I think that's what's going to happen. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen, because peer-to-peer is the only way I'd like to deal when it comes to cryptocurrency. I don't like to deal with centralized anything. And I've mentioned this many times, that the only kind of custody to practice in the cryptocurrency space is self-custody. Not your keys, not your crypto. And if you don't believe that, just go ahead and take a look at all of the things that happened in the past year in this space. FTX, Genesis, Celsius, BlockFi, Voyager Digital, Three Arrows Capital, Core Scientific. These people were holding people's funds, and they were being degenerates with it. And they were taking their funds and investing it in obscure VC firms, trading it on the open market, lending it, doing everything that they shouldn't have been doing with their clients' funds. So again, self-custody is the only kind of custody I would ever recommend. Get on to DeFi. Start using the decentralized financial apps. Start putting your cryptocurrency to work for you and controlling your own yield. This is what this space was all about. This is what it's originally been designed for. Other than that, I've got no other kind of comments about this. This just kind of sucks. I hate seeing this kind of stuff. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. If you like the video, consider sharing it, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys on the next one.